Hi, my name is Nina Jones. I am the host of this show, which is called Delights from Delord Bakery, with your host, Nina Jones. Today, we're going to make 2 apple pies. One is going to be a double crust apple pie with sprinkled sugar on top, and then the other one's going to be a Dutch apple pie with just crumb on top. And right now, we're going to get right into it. Right here we have our homemade pie crust. I already made these and got them set to the side. And it's like, I like making my own crust because it's just a nice feel to make them. But on this one right here, I just want to show you just in making these little edges. What you would just do, you take your finger and your thumb and your other finger and the thumb of the other one and just press. And sometimes if you ever look at store-bought pie crust, you'll see this little crinkling action around the edge, and this right here is all they're doing. Taking their forefinger, or they'll use a machine. You can take your forefinger and just go all around the pie crust, just like that, and you're ready to go. Okay, so now we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to make our apple pie filling. I like to use a little bit of an apple pie filling and regular apples because I like different textures in my apple pie. So what I've done with these apples, this is Granny Smith apples, about 4. I took them and I put some little lemon juice with them, with some sugar, and I let them rest for about an hour because you want to make sure that all that water just comes out of them. And if you look down here in this bowl right here, this is all the juice that came out. And then you could actually take this juice right here and make an applesauce with it, okay? So you're going to set that to the side. So now we're going to take our apples with some sugar, about a half a cup. Take about a tablespoon of baking vanilla. I like the Watkins baking vanilla. It just makes my baked goods taste just absolutely just fabulous. So put that in there like that. We're going to add maybe about a tablespoon of cinnamon. Get that in here. And this is one thing I really love is apple pie. I guess it's the American pie. All right, we're going to stir that around. Yeah, I really like the 2 different textures. So these apples right here, they're really nice and limp and soft. So then when I add this apple pie filling, put it in there. And you can make it with it or without the filling. But I just like to have those different textures in there. Okay, just mix that around. Okay. And then this one right here, so that I actually get the apple pie thickening agent, I got a little more sugar over here. Just gonna mix with, this is about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and about 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're actually going to just sprinkle that in there to help that. You can actually just take this if you want. People do it in different ways. You can take this and put it on the stove and cook it, or you can just take it and just mix it together and put it in the oven, and that boiling action that it's going to take in the oven is actually going to do what it needs to do. Okay? So now I'm going to take both of these pie crust that I have and fill them with this apple pie filling. I'm going to try to even it out as best as, okay, here's that soft part going on. Okay, put half it over there, the other half over here. I'm just going to show you 2 different versions of an apple pie. Okay, so now that we have both of them pretty well even, Okay, put this over here. I'm gonna take the other pie crust that I made and push this over here. Take the other pie crust that I made and we're gonna layer this one on top. There we go. Just gonna lay it on top just like this. Okay? And that's another reason why I like to let my apples rest for a little bit, because if you let it rest, then all the apples, I remember making an apple pie and I had my pie up here. By the time it was baked, it was had this little gap like that. So I like to make my apples rest so that I can get rid of that gap. Then you just take your pie with a knife and you just cut around the edges just like that. Okay? And then just do the same little action that we had going on earlier. Just take your finger and just pinch, and this is going to seal it all the way around. Seal it. This right here, all the way around. And you can do any different type of crimpling edge you want. You can take your finger and do a twisting, make it look like a rope. You can actually tie it. You can just do whatever you want with it. Then you're just going to put a few holes on top, and we're going to set that off to the side. Next, we're going to take some, this is going to be this is the regular apple pie. This is going to be your Dutch. You're going to take your flour with some brown sugar, some regular sugar, a little cinnamon, about a tablespoon of cinnamon, about a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg. You're going to mix this together. Okay. You can even use a dough cutter just to chop it up. And then you want to add some butter. And all we're going to do is just make the crumb topping. Just going to crumb this up just a little bit more. Break up some of this brown sugar in here. The American pie is the apple pie. And take about 4 ounces of butter, and it's nice and soft. And we're just gonna blend this together like so. You can use 2 knives, you can use a fork, or you can just use your hands. It just all depends upon how you want to do it. But if you end up doing it with your hands, you just want it to look like peas, just about, you know. Crumble it nice, just crumbled. That's all you're looking for. Smelling like really good cinnamon over here. Put cinnamon and butter in something, it smells like a lot is going on. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna scrape off my glove a little bit right there. And then we're just gonna take this right here and just pour it over the crust, just pie, just like that. Just pour it in there, all the way around. Just fill it up. And sometimes if you want, you can take a dab of butter and put it on the top. Just get that extra buttery goodness in there. All right, and there we have it. We have regular apple pie and Dutch apple pie crumb topping. I'm just gonna brush it with a little milk, sprinkle some sugar on it, and bake it in a 375 oven for about 30 to 45 minutes, and we'll be right back. Hi, We just took out the apple pies from the oven. We have a Dutch apple pie over here with the crumb topping, and then the regular apple pie with the double crust. Thanks for watching. This is Delights from Delora Bakery with host Nina Jones. See you next time.